Welcome back to our monthly local business highlight. I'm actually standing in my neighborhood with John Dove, who is a neighbor of mine and the owner of ProSpray. John, tell us about ProSpray. What are you guys? Why do you exist? What do you do?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Seth. We're actually a disinfection service. So ProSpray really is just born out of everything that's going on with COVID right now. My friend Brandon and I were looking for something that we could do that would make a difference in a positive way, and we started this business with the idea that we could enable folks to get back to work or get back to their communal spaces, whatever that looks like, through a disinfection service that allows you to have the peace of mind that you're doing everything you can to protect yourself, your employees, your families, right, everyone. So.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we're guarding against an airborne pathogen, right? That's on surfaces, it's in the air and whatnot. Tell me about the difference between, because you said disinfecting, which is different than sanitizing, right? And that's different than cleaning. So tell me about the difference between these and why disinfect?
Absolutely, yeah. And so when we jumped into this, we didn't really know that there was that much of a difference between all of it, but there really actually is. And so, cleaning is just tidying up, wiping down your surfaces, getting everything looking good. And the sanitization is a little bit of a step further, right? So you wipe it down with a Clorox wipe or something, and you let it sit for like 30 seconds, and that's sanitizing essentially. And so disinfecting, to really truly get your maximum efficacy out of a disinfectant, you have to let the disinfectant sit on a surface for a given period of time. It's typically 3 to 5 minutes, right? And so when you're doing that, it's a little more than just spraying down with Lysol, wiping down with Clorox. You actually have to let a disinfectant sit on the surface, and if you want to try to get the absolute maximum efficacy you can and get as good a kill on your microorganism population as you can, you really need to let it dry, right? And so that's exactly what we do. We did a bunch of research around disinfectants and different delivery systems, and we came up with a system that allows us to spray down an entire facility and let the disinfectant dry on surface, and so that way we can just walk away, we get it in and out quickly, but we don't have to worry about damaging electronic devices and things like that. Everything is safe in that way.
That's awesome. So are these like big water droplets? What's this
right.
like? What are you
spraying? So we're not just coming in with a water hose. It's a nozzle that disperses the disinfectant at about a 35 micron droplet size. And so what it looks like is a mist, essentially.
Gotcha.
And so we're able to come in and evenly coat everything, and that's what we found to be the best dispersant for getting an even coat on everything, right?
Yep.
So we come in and we can hit all the high contact surfaces. We hit, a lot of people, when they think about cleaning, they're wiping down the surfaces, but maybe you're not actually hitting underneath your desks or your armchairs, or not hitting inside of your keyboard or underneath your keyboard pad, and that's where these microorganisms can thrive, right? And so if you're not doing that in an effective way, then you're not cleaning to your absolute best ability. And so that's what we're trying to enable is being able to reach every nook and cranny of an office or a school or anything where a bunch of people are going to come in and out of, and make sure we're doing everything we can to keep the microorganism population down.
Gotcha. Now our viewers might be wondering, 35 micron, that's either a really big number or a really small number.
Yeah, sorry. So it's a really small number. My partner and I, Brandon, we're both oil field engineers, and so we're taking a very much engineering approach to this thing, and so we're very analytical in the way we would go about this. And so we were looking for something that was going to be cost effective and efficient. We didn't want to have to spend all day cleaning a facility, and we wanted to make sure that we weren't, being a inhibitor to our customers and their ability to perform business. And so, we like to come in and out, when you're off of your regular business hours, and get in, get out, and get everything disinfected and done. And that's one reason why we use that small particulate, is just because we can come in, we can spray, we can get everything coated, and then we can walk away. Everything dries in place, and you have a very effective kill. And so it's a supplement to your routine cleaning, whatever kind of normal janitorial service you have. We'd come in after that and disinfect.
That's awesome. So I think we've all experienced this at one point. Some of our favorite businesses this year have been shut down, whether by choice or otherwise. Often they'll shut down for like a week or two because they feel like they need the time to I guess, clean the space, but you're telling me this can essentially happen overnight.
Absolutely, yeah. So I mean, we can treat like a 10,000 square foot space in about an hour, right?
Wow.
And that's a space full of desks and chairs and things like that, right?
That's
and so,
incredible.
we're able to run through and really, get everything done and get out. And so that's where we like to live. Us being oil field guys, we're trying to bring that mentality into this business, right? And so we're there middle of the night, holidays, weekends. That's when we're normally working anyway. And
when
so
I'm sleeping?
Absolutely, yeah. That's when we like to work. So that's
I appreciate it. So the material that you're using, is this, something we got to be cautious about the following day? Are we breathing it in as we're walking through the space the next morning?
Yeah, no, so it's a very small droplet size again, that's a mist, but it hits the contact and then it dries on the surface, and so there's nothing airborne that's coming out. Everything that we use is food contact safe, it's environmentally friendly, biodegradable, so we're doing everything we can to make sure that the disinfectant that we're using is first of all endless to make sure it fights coronavirus, but then secondly, as friendly as we can to the folks that we're going to serve.
That's awesome, man. There's so many cleaning services that are so toxic, and you almost skipped past them, but food contact safe, environmentally friendly, biodegradable. That's huge.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Does it leave like a sticky residue? I know I use like oil diffusers in my office sometimes, so it smells good.
Yeah.
And it leaves this oily residue on my monitors.
Yeah.
Are we going to have the same thing?
No, actually not at all, right? So when we sprayed the mist on there, you almost can't even tell that it went on, right?
Wow.
Unless you were like looking at it at an angle and you did a little wipe with your fingers, you really wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
And so the idea there is that we can evenly coat, but the residence time for the disinfectant, like I said, is 3 to 5 minutes. And so we can, like if I was going to do your office, I could go spray your office and you could walk back in that office in 5 minutes and you wouldn't notice anything other than the smell is a little different.
It smells good or bad?
Yeah, it smells good. The disinfectants, you can't always get them to smell great, right? But they smell good enough.
It
right?
smells clean.
It's not awful. Yeah, it definitely smells clean.
Nice.
So.
Awesome. John, how can we find out more about your company?
So you can visit our website. It's myprospray.com. That's myprospray.com. And we have our phone numbers on there. You can there's a contact page where you can email us directly. And then also our Facebook page is Facebook/ProSpray. So.
Nice. Guys, they're ProSpray on Facebook. Check them out, myprospray.com. You can get in contact with John, and he will personally come in the middle of the night and disinfect your entire 10,000 square foot space. Or smaller?
Or bigger. Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome.
We're here to do everything.
John, thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate it. Man, we'll do a fist bump sometime in the future. Guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next month.